about these Christian pastors, man. They're evil in their wicked ways. We're going to talk about these things tonight. All right.
This is the book of 1 John, chapter 4, verse 1. Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits, whether they are of God, because many false prophets are gone out into the world.
Right. So this is 1 John, right? The first epistle general of John, okay? It says, beloved. John is saying, beloved, what? Believe not every spirit. What is a spirit? So he's talking to people that he cares about, people that he may have, and I don't want to say intimate, but maybe a close relationship with, people that, you know, he would acknowledge to, you know, serve the most high power, because that's who my family is, the people that I care about. Now, obviously, we care about people that are in the world, but it says beloved, man. He's identifying a specific recipient to this message of this epistle, of this letter, all right? And always remember that it's so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, in translation, Yasha Allah, the Israelites, okay? That's who these letters are written for, all right? It says, beloved, what? Believe not every
spirit.
So when you see that word spirit, what comes to mind? I don't want you thinking about Casper, the friendly ghost, all right? When you see spirit, you shouldn't be thinking Ghostbusters, all right? You shouldn't be thinking about Slimer and Egon, okay? When you see spirit, just think of a vibe, okay? In the context of this, you know, a spirit could be an individual, okay? But we're talking about the vibe on what? Yeah. What vibe do we have in the truth? What spirit do we have in the truth? It's a separate spirit. This spirit is not like any other spirit that's in the world, you know, running rampant throughout the earth. Christmas time, we don't get in the Christmas spirit in the Isupk. Valentine's Day is coming up. We're not going to be wearing pink and red and buying chocolates and roses and lining up in some restaurant to take some hoard out to eat. We're not going to be doing that because we're not in that spirit. All right. What spirit are we in? What spirit are we in the UPK? Or the truth? What spirit?
Salaki, sir.
Go ahead, brother.
Can you hear Durham out there?
Can I hear who?
Salaki, can you hear Durham?
Can I hear Durham?
Come on, sir.
Come on, I can hear you. I can hear you now.
Okay, so in the truth, in the ISUPK under Command of General Yohana.
So, Lucky, brother, you just went out. After
we have some difficulties. I said we have the spirit of the Lord and Christ.
Most High in Christ. Give him a hand. He's right. He's absolutely right, man. We have the spirit of the Lord and Christ, so the Holy Spirit, man, which is a separate spirit. All right. But here in John is saying what? Read it again.
Beloved, believe not every spirit.
So why is it saying to believe not every spirit? What are these spirits telling you? What are these spirits promoting to you? These spirits that's spoken about here are professing to speak for God, right? These spirits are trying to influence you, encourage you to sin against the Most High. But you got spirits that are in they have a separate agenda. They have a separate initiative. And they're trying to bring you to Christ. They're trying to bring you to the Most High power. They're trying to bring you back to the laws of God, man. They're trying to bring you back to keeping God's laws, statutes, and commandments through our customs, through our traditions, through our feast days, through our high holy days. Who's teaching you about the Sabbath, man? Truly, and I don't want to hear anything about no 7-day Adventism, man, because that's a lie. That's garbage, all right? Who's teaching you how to truly honor the Sabbath, man? Outside of the ISUPK, outside of the truth, all right? This is the reason why we say if you're not in the ISUPK under Commander General Yohana, you're not in the truth, all right? There's so much misinformation being pushed throughout the earth by these spirits. And here in John is saying, believe not every spirit, all right? Continue.
but try the spirits whether they are of God.
How do you try a spirit? How do you try a spirit? How would you try these spirits to see if they're of the Most High or not? Go ahead, Officer Daraj.
Several ways. You can try by just watching their actions and just see if their actions line up with what the Most High God said.
Try them by what?
Their actions.
Okay, you try them by watching their actions.
God.
Most High in Christ. So one telltale sign that this spirit is not of the Most High. Shalom, Shikatah, sir. You went to class? Okay, Most High in Christ. One telltale sign that this spirit is not of the Most High is just through us what? Observing the spirit, observing the individual. Okay, what are the things that they're doing? What is it that they're doing? How are they moving? No, you too wild, man. You too wild. Don't worry, Captain Nayathaq will be on in just a second. We'll get some participation. You know, I hate to just start calling people out, but this is a class, and class is supposed to be interactive, okay? And this is a refresher. It's a reminder for all of us, man. This isn't rocket science that we're going over right here. For the people at home, for their edification, okay? They've tuned in because they want to learn something, all right? So for those of us that are in the class, you know, I would encourage you to participate in the class, all right? So what are some of the things that you would be able to identify that this spirit is not of God?
Salaki, sir.
Go ahead.
Spirit in a man.
So Salakia, we missed the first half of what you said, Officer Yanazar.
Yeah, we have an issue here. If we see an effeminate spirit in a man,
Right.
we know that is not of God.
That's
That's
right.
just one example.
Most High in Christ. Yeah, I saw a video today of what is it? Shador Sanders. He's in the car in the back of some, you know, Rolls Royce with his brother, and he steps in with this big old puffer coat on, and he has it's a little box, man, and it looked like a purse. And his brother was like, "Bro, that's a purse," and checked him on it. It was a Goyard purse, all right. And they ended up calling his father, and before he called his pops, he said, "Dad is going to be disappointed in you." All right, you ready? And with that, I'm gonna pass the class over to Precinct Officer 5000 Zion Ya'ala. Clap it up.
Ooh, you got everything, all the notes are here ready for me. I'm gonna use your notes. We're gonna use your notes. Shalom, Akim. Shalom, Yahweh, Shemesh Shabbat, to the Akim, to the brothers. Yahweh Shemal Atham by Hashem Yahushai, to the sisters. Brother here, man. What love them incense. Do me a favor, turn me up. I like it. Daraj, turn me up, if you don't mind.
Yes, Shalom Shabbat.
Hey, Shalom Star. Who all in the class tonight? Huh? Who we got? Who in the class tonight? There you go. The water priest. Who in the class tonight? We got
Trinidad inside.
Trinidad. What's happening, Trinidad?
Just
Abadai one. I see Abadai one. I see oh man, y'all in here strong tonight. Who that? Durham, Most High in Christ.
Yeah.
Hey, Salaki, sir, in Durham, we got Officer Mahayar and Officer Yanazar.
Hey, give yourselves a hand for being in the class tonight. Huh? I thought I was taller than you. Y'all. Damn, chair looks so bad.
Yes, Salaki, if I may.
Come on with it, brother.
You know, just before, you know, the brother left off now, you know, he said something that was very valid. And, you know, us being, you know, priests and, you know, men of the Lord, our participation in any platform, especially when teaching this, we should always, you know, be, you know, having that conversation, because now that conversation is like, you know, like our King Yahushai speaking to the disciples, and they know in that now asking back questions, just like any general would sit in any class or any, you know, brother teaching, the participation is very important as well for us, because now it's something that, our spirits itself, because as the record say, that, iron sharpen iron. And this would help us a lot, just by participating and, having a conversation. So it's like, you sitting there or any brother sitting there, it's like us having a conversation now, because now, as we say, the world looking on, brothers and sisters looking on, to see, to revive their spirit in this participation. And this is why we encourage brothers and sisters every day to come to class. But if we sit here and don't really participate or speak with one another, now they would look at us, let me say, as another church. But in reality, we must say Brakataya Hawaii for, as you say, for righteous black men, for participating in any platform that we participate on. Yes, yes.
Most High in Christ, you spot on with it, Salak, man, it's heavy what you was about to go into. Man, you talking about the spirit, the soul, the vibe. Y'all seen the story that came out about the oppressor that was breaking the bones of our babies? Y'all seen the nurse that did that during the delivery room? I guess what you call that, once you take the baby, you put them in the nursery, right? They have all these different protocols and measures that when the baby is born, they take the baby from the mother, they wrap the baby, put the little bandage, put the wrist thing on the child, and these bracelets, they make sure that they synced up with the mother, so that way, and the idea is not to have the baby, become missing in the earth. You know what I'm saying? Because not too long ago, there were people that would take the baby out of the nursery, right? And they came up with different safety measures to keep the baby safe, right? But in this empire, if they're not in here, they don't understand the value of raising babies and making sure that they're safe. Because we disobedient to the Most High, we give our precious things over to these devils. You understand? To these
That's right.
You understand? And we see what happens, the cause and the effect of us being disobedient to the Father. Us being disobedient to the Father, we're not able to protect our children. Now, we talking about from the minute that baby is born, we have to keep an eye on that child as they begin to grow up. So give me that scripture, Yonazar, that talks about they don't have any, what is it? No regard for the old nor the young. And somebody get me the name of somebody get me the story. Darash, put a story for
it's
Go, come on, Yonazar. What you about to say, brother?
Sir, it's Deuteronomy 48 through 50.
That's right. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, Deuteronomy 28, 48 through 50. I know 48 is definitely one. And will anybody happen to know the name of the oppressor that was breaking the bones of the baby? Breaking the bones. I mean, she was literally breaking the bones of. And I'm thinking, like, anybody raise your hand if you ever heard a baby cry before. Raise your hand. I want to see how many hands. Anybody ever heard a baby cry before? What goes through your mind to hear a baby crying and have no regard for what you're doing to him in pain? I don't know. I consider myself pretty hardcore at times, but one thing that I would stop in my tracks if I heard a baby crying. You understand? If you ever heard a puppy whining, you have the dog. You lift your head up and just to see what's wrong with the dog. Well, somebody find a story on this devil for me, Baba Shaw.
So, I got a story.
Hold a story, right? Darash, you got the verse? Salakia, Yonazar, go ahead and read it for me, please.
Sir. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and verse 48. Salakia.
Come on.
Therefore, thou shalt serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things.
Salakia, drop down to verse 50. Let's go.
Yeah, Salakia.
A
nation of fierce countenance.
A nation of what?
Fierce countenance.
Now, someone asked me, what does the Bible considers a nation? Please, what is a nation?
Salagia,
Come on.
a nation in the Bible is not like a nation in the world. A nation in the Bible don't have any borders. It's a bloodline.
Mm-hmm. Or what? Or family, right?
Come on, sir. An extended family, sir.
An extended family. See, we don't understand as Black, Hispanics, Native Indians. We're all family. You go back and read the Bible, and it's very specific about a particular bloodline. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You go to church all the time, and the preachers say that all the time, or the deacons say it, or the trustee board, or the mother board, or the usher board say it all the time, and had no idea what it meant. We the children of God, the children of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Right. What the hell does that mean? It just stop right there. That's all we get. Right. Now I'm hungry. Now I'm searching for the truth. Now I'm out of the church because I've seen all type of vile and disgusting things that was happening in there. And my learning stopped with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Right. Until I had until I received a mercy from the Lord, bunker y'all. That's all it was. Jim Hyman said something that was so heavy the other night. He said, even a dog would get up and bite you if you play with him. You keep playing with him over and over again, or either he'll what? Run away. I'm one of the brothers and the sisters that are in the Isupk. We are the ones that will bite your ass back. You understand what I'm saying?
That's
right. We made a conscious decision about, you know what, there's something is not right. There has to be more to my life than what they were telling me. I know that I belong to a family. I belong to a nation of people. Where in this verse, there's a nation of people that has a what, Yanazar?
Fierce countenance.
Now, what does fierce countenance mean, Baba Kashaw? So this particular family has a fierce countenance. What does that mean?
Salakia, sir, if I may.
Please.
It's
come on.
They have a fearful or a frightful look about them. Like they look dangerous.
They look dangerous. That's true. Give me another word for that.
Wicked.
Give me you own it, but give me some more words for a countenance, Baba Kashaw. See, because our people, you know, my first time even trying to understand what a fierce countenance was in the Bible. We have sisters, they understand the fierce countenance was Sasha Fierce from Beyonce.
Salakia,
come on.
Would you say disposition or attitude? You know, the behavior,
a particular behavior.
Come.
That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a particular behavior. What you have, Darash?
I was gonna say their look or their expression.
What does that look like? What does that look like for Black, Hispanics, Native Indian? If you tell me that somebody had a fierce countenance, but what does that look like for us?
Salakia, sir.
Come on.
Violence.
Okay, all right, that's it. But what does that look like for us? I'll tell you what it looked like subtly, right? You ever been at your slave and you walk in and the oppressor walk by, and we're polite people. We say things like, "Hey, how are you doing? What's going on?" We say, "What's up? What's going on?" And they do this. You ever seen an oppressor do this? You ever seen somebody, the oppressor, do that? You can turn me down some. You ever seen an oppressor do that, Darash? Yeah. Why do they do that? You know what y'all know what I'm talking about? Y'all, anybody know what I'm talking about? The fake smile? Come on, sis, please.
They don't want to speak anyway.
They don't want to speak.
They don't want to speak. That's their way of just.
So we talk about a fierce countenance. There's an outward expression of what they want you to see. You understand? This particular family that we're going to get into, there's an outward expression that they want you to see, but they want you to think that that's not what you see. You understand what I'm saying? That face is.
They think they're better than us, first of all. So that's a way of just for example, I have someone on Teams who, an oppressor man, who never greets.
Mhm.
He starts right off into a conversation. I always greet people, so I stop greeting
Mm-hmm.
because if I have to correct you and you're just as grown as me, we're just going to go right into the conversation because you're no better than me, and that's all we're going to
Oh,
do.
you
So
should
now,
get a sister a hand.
Yes,
More for that.
now he speaks. Now
Mhm.
he goes out of his way to speak because he realized I don't care if you don't speak. You're no better than me.
Gone. That's it right there. Come on,
No,
Bunker.
so like to add on to what the sister's saying, there's a devil at my slavery. He has a tendency, when you're talking to him,
Mhm.
he'll turn around and walk away when you're in mid-sentence. So
Got
you're
it.
literally talking to his back, and he'll respond to you as he's walking away from you.
Mm.
Like he's just in the conversation and he doesn't give you the proper respect to address you, to look you in your, that's what you taught, to look a person in their face.
That's what we're taught.
Mhm.
That's what we are taught. But this nation of people has a what? A fierce countenance. Their outward expression in the things that they do, the way that they move, the countenance of them, like their spirit, their facial expression, their tone of voice, their body
Slack,
language. Please, come on.
Slack, yes, sir. If I may, could I read the definition of countenance from the Merriam-Webster?
Please, if you could, Baba Kashaw.
Come on, come. This is countenance in the Merriam-Webster dictionary. It says countenance is a formal word that is most often used to refer to a person's facial expression or to the face generally, especially as an indication of mood, emotion, or character.
Hold on, slow that down, brother. Slow it down. Slow that all the way down to
Come on,
indicate, especially what to indicate. What are their facial expression indicating, Baba Kashaw? What he
Now-
said they're indicating what?
Come on, Khan. It is the indication of mood, emotion, or character.
Oh my goodness. Well, this particular family, their facial expression, their outward expression are going to give you the particular mood that they're in, huh? And all their expressions and everything else. Read on, Yanazar, please.
Kanamakan. And they shall, Salakia, and which shall not regard the persons of the old, nor show favor to the young.
All right, so let's break that down. So this particular family, their countenance, the things that they do, their facial expressions, is going to what? Which shall not regard the person of the old. If I'm not mistaken, that was a grocery store up in Buffalo, New York. Tops grocery store. That was an oppressor doing a stakeout a date earlier. Mm-hmm. Peyton Ginger. Yeah.
Right.
That type, right?
That's right.
He did a stakeout, and they identified that the people he was staking out in this grocery store were elderly people, Bonka, y'all. What the first thing that come to your mind when you think of someone that's elderly? Someone who needs protection, right? Somebody who may need some assistance, Bunky. If I walk into an office and I seen somebody that was elderly or an older person, I'm very I'm a lot more tender towards them, for lack of better words. You understand? If I see something that may be high, maybe, hey, excuse me, ma'am, sir, you need me to grab that for you, right? Hey, excuse me, ma'am. How you doing? You having a good day? Do you need help with those bags? Right. That's Israel. That's how the Lord made Black, Hispanics, Native Indians. Right. It's only when we begin to live like the other nations that we emulate them. Right. Like the stench of this world is rubbing off on us because we're so close to them. You understand what I'm saying? But that is not who we are. We're not the murderers and the thieves that they tell us that we are. We are the greatest people that's on the face of the earth. We are the true Jews of the Bible. Our God loves us. You understand? He gave us a thing to follow for all the other nations to be like, oh my God. They look at us, they look at us like that, and we're in the mud in the earth, man. Our fashion. Kanye West got the oppressor wearing trash bags, and they in Paris. He got shoes that they're made out of plastic and foam, but he's selling them for $140. They laughed at him first, Bunk, y'all. I'm still laughing at that. I'm like, God damn, y'all. But that's the genius in us. We're not them. This nation has a fierce countenance. This nation, which not shall regard the person of the what? The old, right? We do. There's not us. But Peyton Ginger sat outside of this grocery store. Did anybody know what Peyton Ginger did? Y'all know? Y'all remember the story? What did he do? Anybody?
Con, sir.
What did he do, Yonazar?
He murdered, I believe, 10 elderly, mostly elderly black folks in that supermarket in Buffalo, New York.
Now, what do you think his face may have looked like? He must have had a fierce what? Countenance, right? Read it. Read the last part of that verse. Nor show what?
Nor show favor to the young.
Now, why would you show favor to somebody that's young? Why? Why would you do it? Why would somebody that's young need your favor, Baba Kasha? Come on, Darash.
Salakia, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Come on, Darash.
Because they're young, they don't know no better. They're still learning. So you would want to give them a little bit of leeway to make mistakes.
No, what about a baby?
Well, you would think the same thing as baby. A baby doesn't know no better. So you would want to show favor to the young. They don't know no better.
What else? I want you to dive all the way in this one. Why would you show favor to a baby?
Because they're helpless.
They're what?
They're helpless.
They're what?
Helpless.
They're what?
Helpless.
Read the story for me, Bunky, y'all, please.
Come on.
You got it?
I got it.
Damn right, y'all. He said because they are not independent, they're young and innocent. Damn right. Go ahead.
This is according to CNN. Nurse faces abuse charges after newborns were injured at Virginia Hospital. Richmond, Virginia. Dominique Hackey was waiting to cradle his preemie son for the first time.
Hold on, Salaki. So this baby was already premature. The baby was already premature. Come on.
Dominique Hackey was waiting to cradle his preemie son for the first time when a nurse delivered devastating news. The newborn's left leg was fractured. In an instant, Hackey's world shattered.
Sisters, if y'all online, if y'all done given birth, I know this to be true. When that baby comes out of the womb, you are checking your baby out from head to toe. Am I right, sis? You looking at that baby, you just went through the pain to give birth, but yet instead you're cognitive, you still got enough wherewithal to think about, let me check my baby out. Let me see 10 fingers, 10 toes, right? Everything looks in place. Is the baby crying? What did the doctor do to clear the lungs? Smack. Hear it cry. Oh, kind of relax a little bit. But this devastating news, come on, Bunky, y'all, Salakia.
Hackey's world shattered.
Did what?
Shattered.
So we talking about this particular world. So once again, this is how we know the Bible is real. So now even they used world in context of how we break down John 3:16. Well, this brother world just got turned upside down. So when they say, for God so loved the world, it's letting you know it's not talking about the entire goddamn earth. It's talking about a particular group, age, or society, this world. The word of who? Israel. Well, this world of this brother was turned what? Upside down. Even in the oppressor goddamn language, they recognize worlds don't mean the goddamn earth. Read on, please.
Khan. His wife, Tori Hackey, had just been discharged after giving birth to fraternal twins, Micah and Noah.
Yeah.
The boys born in September of 2023 at Henrico Doctors Hospital in Richmond, Virginia, are the couple's first children. Because they were born at 28 weeks and weighed only about 2 and 3 pounds, respectively, the twins had remained in the neonatal intensive care unit, with Micah barely hanging on, Hackey said. And now, 7 days after birth, the healthier twin's leg was bruised and broken, he said. I was confused and heartbroken. I'm a first-time parent. I have no background in the medical field. You're telling me my baby has a fracture? How did it happen? They had been scanned before, and they'd have said something if anything had popped up at that time.
Did they what? They scanned the baby already, Bunk, yeah? Just like I just said, a parent, the doctors, they look the baby over from head to toe. If I'm not mistaken, they grab the baby limbs. If I'm not mistaken, they squeeze them, right? They checking circulation for blood flow. Yeah, they getting blood. They giving them shots. They check what you call this when you press their finger down when what you call it? Somebody give me the word. Circulatory? What you call it? Capillary refill? Some of that nature. But they do that to the babies. You understand? I've seen it a couple times. They press down on the baby, make sure that the circulation is going to the fingers and the toes. They scan this baby. The doctors scan this baby because they understand the liability that comes with young, innocent children. The children that needs what, Darash? Favor. They need favor because they cannot protect themselves. So it's our job to do that for them. If you're working in a facility that your job is to deliver a baby, I would think you will understand the importance of showing favor to a child, somebody that cannot protect themselves. Come on, monkey, y'all.
Out of fear, he will be blamed for the injury.
Do what?
Out of fear.
Uh-oh. Out of what?
Out of fear.
Now, why would he be fearful, Baba Kashaw? These are his children. But he said out of fear. Why would fear come into the equation? How does fear come into the equation of a newborn once you realize something, the baby is bruised? Why would fear enter into a father's mindset? Anybody? These are black parents, I'm assuming.
Sir, Salaki.
Come on.
Because it's
Okay.
Hold on, Salaki. Come on.
Fear,
Come on, Yanazar.
Salaki, sir. Fear comes from the unknown. So he no longer trusts the people in the hospital. So that makes him fearful.
That's
His child
one.
has been injured under their watch.
That's one. Come on, what you got? I'll take that one, Yanazar. But I'm just gonna add, I'm gonna go and embellish this just a little bit. Come on. What you got, Darash?
So I was gonna say, that's why I had to make sure first what color were the parents, because if he's a black parent, then of course they're gonna think it was him that did it.
Let's do this. I don't want to use the word black.
Okay.
Say Israelite.
Israelite.
We're gonna say Israelite. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna say the chosen people seed.
So like it, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Nayathaq is on.
Oh, cap on. Oh boy, Lord willing. All right, and with that, I'm gonna turn the class over to Captain 13,000, Captain Nayathaq Bunyami. Y'all clap it up.
All right. How y'all doing?
We too wild, sir. What's happening?
And there I see you're dropping some heavy on them.
Yes, sir.
And going straight into basically a topic. And that topic is what? What's that topic? What that story means what? What will stop our babies from being unalive by these devils?
Just like it, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Separation.
Give me the Caucasian terminology. You're right. Separation it is.
The Caucasian. I'm stuck, man. I don't know.
Yeah, you know. You got to deal with them. Trust me, you're gonna have to go up in their offices soon. You got to sit down and make, you know what I mean, and talk. You know what I mean? They'll try to make deal with you. I got it. Yeah, segregation.
Come on.
Yeah. We need our own hospitals. We need our own schools. Right? We need our own everything.
Darash, turn the camera around, please.
Everything. You understand?
Gun.
And that goes on in the Caribbean, everywhere. We need our own. The reason why there's all these crimes taking place on the island is because we are not in charge. The oppressor is in charge. You understand? That's why there's so much crimes that's going on these islands, right? And it's being done. The majority of it is being done by us, sadly, and that's because the oppressor, he has his hand in it, right? You all ever try to put it in the ask AI is segregation. What do you think about segregation? Somebody put it in AI and tell me what you all get. Why they do that? The Rash, give me Amos, I think is 3 and 6. All right. The Rash, you're gonna be my reader.
Yes, sir. Khan.
Come on. All right, Amos.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 3, and verse 6.
Do-
Shall a trumpet be blown in the city,
Mhm.
and the people not be afraid?
Right, and that's what's been blowing right now. Since the year start, all you're hearing is what? Is the news good?
La.
No. And the Isupk on the command have been blowing that trumpet, meaning what? Been opening his Bible and been doing what? Trying to wake brothers and sisters up. 2025, you know what I mean? You could kiss that what they like to do on New Year's Day, on all years going into New Year's resolution. Kiss that resolution goodbye. You understand? The Lord vomit on your resolution. You understand? He took a good vomit on your resolution.
Right.
And you seeing it happening right now. All the news are coming, all the chaos that is transpiring, you know what I mean, on this earth arc. And black people don't have a clue of how to combat these chaos that's happening. One, we don't have a clue how to do what? How to even do what? What we like to say about when you see a kid that's behaving himself, you know what I mean, unmannerly, what do we say about that kid? What do you say about the kid?
Yes, like yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that kid had no discipline.
Yes, but there's something else to say about that kid. There's something else we make mention of.
So like yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
You might want to lay blame on his parents.
That's it. When you see that kid behaving a certain way in the street, the first thing that come to mind if you are a parent is, where's that child parent? Why is he acting like that? Why is she acting like that? You understand? You start to lay blame to that child parent. You understand? So now we have to do what first? What we have to learn to do? We have to do what?
Salaki, sir.
Come on.
First, teach our children the Bible, follow these laws, statutes, and commandments.
Yeah, but I'm never asking it correctly, babe. Look at this as like a microcosm. What would we have to do as a nation? We'll have to what? Fix our homes first. We'll have to fix it. We'll have to do what? We'll have to come and open the Bible and start doing what the Lord said to do. The oppressor, to him, what? How does the oppressor see segregation? How does the oppressor see segregation?
Salaki, sir.
Uh-huh.
The oppressor sees segregation as hate if we decide to do that.
Good. Yes. Who look it up? Anybody put it up on the on AI? Nobody put it up on AI.
Can sir.
Sir.
Come on, what is saying in the AI?
I hear it saying on AI, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't think black people should separate from white people. Here's why. Segregation is inherently unjust.
What is inherently unjust?
It's saying segregation is inherently unjust,
Good.
right?
Yes.
It's saying it fosters inequality.
Mm-hmm.
It fuels prejudice and hatred.
Mm-hmm.
The goal should be to work towards a more integrated and just society where everyone has equal opportunities regardless of their race.
So now, if you had a precept, what you just read, what's a good precept for this?
What come into mind so far is, well,
Mhm.
probably as how we are accustomed learning is Zephaniah 2:1.
Mm-hmm.
Forget what the white man saying, and we had together, we serve together as a nation.
No, okay, yes, you're correct. But okay, listen to what you just said. There's a precept that coming to mind. Does it sound good? It don't sound good?
Probably I may be watching it wrong. What I mean, what I mean is that we know we're not supposed to integrate with the other nations, right? We understand that fully.
Uh-huh.
So probably I may be watching it.
Okay. From what you just read, right? It sounds like we're coming together to do what? To build.
Right.
You understand?
Yeah,
Now,
okay.
maybe I should say, look at it in a Christian's eye. Look at it as brothers and sisters in the world. Us in here know that is BS. But brothers and sisters in the world, they'll look at it and see what? This sounds good. We should do this. This sounds real good. And then when you start opening the Bible and you start showing them that it's the total opposite, now they're in a what? They're in a conundrum. Somebody said it. That's it. Go to what Nayathaq saying. I think it's Psalms 55 and 21. That's what comes to mind. What you just read there is him using words to seduce blacks and Hispanics and Native Indians who are not in the truth. So now, come on.
Slocky, sir, do you want me to read the Psalms 55:21?
Yeah.
All right, I got it, sir. It's the book of Psalms, chapter 55, verse 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter.
They're smoother than what? Butter. You understand? Smooth.
But
politics, you think anybody could do politics as good as the oppressor? No. He got the Native Indians to agree to over what? 600 treaties. And he kept none of them. That's smooth. You read stories of an entire Native Indian village getting wiped out. But he just made a deal with the oppressor about 2 months ago. You understand? Right? Read on.
But war was in his heart.
But what?
But war was in his heart.
You understand? You sit down with an oppressor to make you go to buy a house, a car, whatever. You sit down with that oppressor, or it's smooth. But guess what in his mind? Read one more time.
But war was in his heart.
That's how he think. He think about what? Conquering me and you day and night. He is not going to give this kingdom up. He's not. You understand? We cousins, we uncle and them, they're satisfied with being, regular people. It's going about life. go ask a Christian, what is the end goal of being a Christian? What do you think a Christian I'm gonna tell you?
So like here,
Mhm.
they say they're gonna go to heaven and get salvation and go to heaven.
Okay, okay. You right with what they're saying, but I'm talking about what's the end game? Okay, me being a Christian, right? You know what I said? Give me when Peter asked Christ, I've done, you know what I mean, I left my family behind. I did this, did that. What's my reward? All right. All right. You want to ask. Here, other one I got you. Go ask a Christian. What's the end game? You ask an Israelite. You ask a brother in the UPK. What's the end game of being an Israelite?
Slug you, sir.
Come on.
It will say to, reign with Christ and judge the nations. So, Christ is on the throne.
Yes, to rule these other nations. That's what we doing this for. We not doing this for what is Matt Choir.
Can sir.
I pronouncing it correct, right?
Can Matt Choir.
Okay, good. What Matt Choir just read, that is a Christian dream. That's a pipe dream for a Christian. That whole God loves everybody, that's in what you just read right there. Christ died for everybody, that's what you read right there. And that's how Christian think. And the oppressor will put all of this, will say all of this. Now, the question is he practicing non-segregation?
He's integrated. Like
Sir.
You sure he ain't practicing segregation? We making money like the white man.
Oh, Slug you, sir.
Mhm.
Economic segregation.
No, okay.
Not really, but his neighborhoods and redlining, like he puts these things where Beverly Hills, he'll put obstacles.
No, you get you. Now you're going to it.
Passive racism means
Yes.
Like he has appearances if he's all inclusive, but why they call this the white side of town then? Why is this the white church?
Yes.
So that's what he is. He's actually a liar.
Yes. You're trying to send your child to a good school, but guess what you need to send his child to a good school? A good public school, that is. What you would have to do? What you have to do?
So you gotta live in that area, or you gotta have money. You gotta apply. You gotta.
No, is that segregation?
Come on.
Yeah. But if you try to be like them, and that's the thing with religion make you think you are equal to your oppressor. Like black people, we live in a dream arc. We live in a, a ridiculous dream. You talk to a brother in the Caribbean, you talk to a brother in America, and they'll tell you the same thing when it comes to white people. It ain't it's not their fault that black people are in this condition. You talk to, brothers in the Caribbean, in America here, they'll tell you straight up, black people in the position they are because they don't want to make use of their opportunities. That's what I'm going to tell you. I mean, you brothers in America here, no schools had what they call that what they call that again? My money that they give away for scholarships. How many of your brothers know that they had money in these colleges? Hello?
Sir, they do.
No, I'm asking how many of you brothers knew that growing up, like, you know what I mean, coming up, that they had money.
Love. Didn't know that.
You understand? You didn't know that. Brothers in the Caribbean, you know what I mean, we knew it. You understand? And we will, and it's a mentality that when you come up, it's like, why these brothers here ain't making, you know what I mean, use of this? Why they ain't doing this? All this money they're giving away.
Salakia, sir.
Come on.
I would say I think that we know it, but we're taught that it's reserved for the basketball player or the football player or the one that's some type of scholar in some type of program, but not just from day to day. Like you don't learn there's a scholarship for you being African American until you out of high school.
Yeah,
struggling. You in the assembly line learning about a scholarship.
Yeah, and don't forget the big bill that Isupk put on here. You don't know, like what, 40,000. So you went to school broke, and you come back out of school more broke. That don't make sense. You understand? Like it's full on. How to put it? Smooth words. They tell you what, go to school and do what? Become a doctor, become a lawyer, become this, that, the other. But when you come out, they're picking their people. Not saying don't go to school. You better go to school and get them degrees. See them little kids, you know what I mean, we have running around, better send them to school and make sure they go get the degree. Go learn a trade. Make sure the best. They go learn a trade, make sure they're the best welder. Make sure it's the best at doing woodwork. Make sure they're the best at doing construction. You understand? We need it. We need these things. You understand? And we're going to have to put what? This Bible in them. We're going to have to put it in them. Give me, it's Amos where it talks about the family. You only have I known of all the families of the earth. Get that for me. Did you finish with Psalms? The Rash?
Salakia, sir, did you want me to finish Psalms 55 and 21?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Khan. But war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords.
Mm-hmm. Right? Hold on. Aya, Salakia, do you think it's safe for Negroes in America? Safe to say Negroes in America don't know they are slaves versus the ones in the West Indies. The ones in the West Indies don't know they're slave to work. That's the sad thing about it. Like the oppressor, he done did a number on us to the point whereas we don't think we slave and we think we better than Judahites up here. When we come up here to go to school. We just come up here on the whole. We look down. And that's because of how America portrays its slaves. You understand? How the oppressor portrays them on TV. You understand? Just imagine in the Caribbean, and every black movie you seeing black people being the villains. I don't think you all understand the brainwashing that has been taking place. So what is still like that on the island?
Salakia, sir.
Salakia, sir.
Uh-huh.
You hear me? You hear me, sir?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, same thing. And you know, just like how you're saying that now, you know, even when you look, even like when we say our brothers, like we say Judite, you know, would come to the Caribbean. That's why you see they would draw reference that, you know, to deem the place unsafe now. So we going up there with our mentality and they coming down here with our mentality. So it's like he naturally putting us against one another, just as you say, with them smooth words, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's exactly what he's doing. He successfully did it with us. That's how he knows how to do it with the Arabs and them other nations.
Right.
He knows. Come on.
I had a friend of mine that was from Panama, and when he came to the States, he thought everybody was like Tupac. He's like he think all the black people, all the black brothers that he seen were like Tupac, like with bandanas and twisting up gang signs. He was like, he was like afraid. Now, like, no, everybody ain't in the gang. You know what I'm saying? But
brother, I'm telling you, you really have to be, and that's the thing. Like most brothers really grow up, and all they know is the block where they grow up on. You understand? Most brothers, you understand, only know that block that they grew up on, and what they see on TV is a way of them doing what, in their mind, traveling to that place, and that's all they know. And the oppressor knows it. That's why that media is so, is so diabolical when it comes in his hands. In other words, it's evil. He uses it for evil. You understand? Where Abadan one? Is it like that in Jamaica too? Abadan one, is there? I think you're on mute.
Answer.
Yeah, is it like that in Jamaica too? How do you all view the Judahites and the Hispanics and them?
I mean, before coming in the truth, well, for me personally, it was a bit different. I thought we were all descendants of Africa. My art used to go out on that in that sense. But since coming in the truth, and people who are not in the truth, many of them believe that the Black Americans is a bit different from us here in the Caribbean.
Yeah.
I mean, even when they travel abroad, they realize that they realize that there is some difference.
Yeah. Now, who do we gravitate to?
You mean from the Caribbean?
Yeah. Who do we gravitate to? What people we gravitate to?
Mainly our own.
Our own, you sure?
The Ethiopian, right?
And some of them
I don't check your nationality. Who said that, Zan?
And to the whites.
Because still, like, if I may, sir, because with the same brother, what's his name? Haile Selassie, right? He was from Panama, and he was like, he felt beneath like brothers that was Ethiopian. If I look back on it, even though he's from Panama, he thought that people of Ethiopian descent was a higher. I don't know if that was a structure. He thought that people of Ethiopian descent was higher than him. You know, so he looked up to Haile Selassie and the Rastafarians, and he thought that his people that wasn't in the Rastas, they was like, I would assume like maybe how people in the Caribbean look at blacks here in the States.
Yeah, you understand? Like each nation, right, or each culture gravitate to the Africans. You understand? Benjamin gravitate to the Africans, and guess who gravitate to the Africans too?
The Africans.
No, The Benjamites do it. The Levites do it, and who?
Judahites do it too.
Yes. A ton of Judahites done left here and went and give up their citizenship and now living in Africa.
True.
You understand? It's almost like you separate from Benjamin, but Benjamin trying to mend with the African. Judah trying to mend with the Africans also too. Levi. But when it comes to us, or we watching each other with a hawk eye. You understand? We don't trust each other. We don't do nothing like that for each other.
Yeah,
You understand? Come on.
That was taught to us, about us being Africans, I remember in school when I was in primary school. About grade 4, 5, 6. They used to have the Ethiopian starving. With flies covered up. You know what they used to do to us in school? Friday evenings, they used to have right after lunch. They tell us that it is movie time. So they tell you that they're going to show you a free movie or something like that. And they carry you in and seat you down. And before the movie start, they would show you these Africans with the flies coming out, them flies in the eyes and all that. And guess who was one of the main culprit behind it? Some Indian teacher that way.
You understand?
So
like they're always trying to teach us something other than loving each other. Right? No, give me Genesis 3 and 7.
That's the book of Genesis, chapter 3, verse 7. And the eyes of them both were open. And they knew that they were naked.
Right. So now this is what? This is Adam and Eve. Right? This is after Eve what? By the apple, which was what? Was it a literal apple?
Nah.
Right? It wasn't even an apple. Right? But the Christians like to say what? She bite it. They portray it as an apple. Right? She read what she was not supposed to read and took it to her husband. And he did what? He read it also too. You understand? And what happened? What came from it? Read it again.
And the eyes of them both were open, and they knew.
When it say the eyes of them were open, what does that mean? Come on.
Was it that they learned something new?
You owned it. You owned it. Okay, now when you read this, right, what should you be thinking about? What you should be thinking about? Come on.
Yeah, Salaki, sir. Is it referring to them now knowing good and evil?
Okay. Okay, hold that. Right, hold that right there.
Or knowing that, well, I don't know which other way I could put it, but I have to put it in this way. They now know that they were Israelites. And now know that, they are just like we coming in the truth now and our eyes open. We now know that we are Israelites. We know that we should follow God's law. And, the tough road that we really on.
Okay. Okay, now you said something there. The tough road. Why is it a tough road?
The flaming sword. Like the most
you're on it. You're on it. You're right there. The Rash, read it one more time.
And the eyes of them both were open. And they knew that they were naked.
So they knew that they were what?
Knew that they were naked.
Right. That naked is what? Was it literal?
Law, sir.
Right. But the Christian church
Ah,
like to
sir.
paint what? Some Adam and Eve being what? Naked in the garden and hiding behind some what?
Some leaves, sir. Some
leaves.
trees.
Yes. Right? What? Okay.
Not having a culture.
Okay. When you say not having a culture, what do you mean?
Well, the Most High had to come now and put fig leaf on us, give us our own culture after.
Your own, yeah.
So like it's
You're right there. Come on.
Now they're exposed, and now they know that they have disobeyed God and that there's consequences.
And what they decide to do? Nyaniza, you're on it.
They decided to hide amongst the heathen.
Now you're getting it. You understand? That fig leaf is to do what? Nyaniza just said it.
To hide amongst the other nations, sir.
Yes. We run into Christianity because we want to hide from God. You ever tell black people about what black people like to say about the Bible? It's to what? The Old Testament is to what?
It's too hard.
It's to what?
Hard.
Yes. It's too bloody. There's too much blood in the Old Testament. Right? Because we've been taught in church that God is what? All what?
Love, sir.
Love. And somebody who's all love to a person in the Christian church, they don't want. That God does not do what?
It don't work for them.
No, but that God don't do what? The God in the Christian church does not do what?
It's like the God in the Christian church don't kill.
That's it. That's how Christians think. The God don't kill, don't unalive. Who unalive people in Christian church? Who does say unalive people? Huh?
The devil unalive, sir.
Yeah. Yes. Because that's the only person you can get blamed to, because what? If you're saying God is all love, right? Then when your son leave and go, or your uncle leave and gets in an accident, who you gonna blame? God? He's all love.
Mm-hmm.
It contradicts your whole doctrine. God is all love. You're gonna have to say what? The devil.
Come on, God.
And now you say the devil, then when my grandmother died in her sleep, it's God. So when people die peacefully, it's God. When people die in accident, it's the devil. You see how nonsensical that sounds? You understand? That sounds nonsensical. So now, guess what? The oppressor, he gets no what?
He gets no blame, sir.
He gets no blame. So it's either God or Satan.
Mm-hmm.
Your oppressor is perfect. You understand? Now read that part over one more time. The Rash.
And they sewed fig leaves together and made themselves aprons.
And made themselves what?
Sewed fig leaves together and made themselves aprons.
And now to the Christians, before this happened, Adam and Eve was doing what?
So you said before this happened, they were doing what?
Yeah, what Adam and Eve, what was their appearance?
They was like, so they would in Christianity, they think that they was walking around in their birthday suit.
Yeah. They thought Adam and Eve was full out nude arc.
In the nude.
Yeah, in the nude. In the garden.
Oh, okay.
And come on.
Bernie Mac in that movie. He said, "Bucket naked."
Bankaya, you're the one, man.
He couldn't wait to say that, sir.
Yeah. I'm gonna spit my coffee out, man. You're the embarrassment on this whole YouTube act. But yes, you understand? That's how Christian think, and that's not what this is saying. This is saying that they went and took on what different cultures and so on.
Yes,
Why?
sir.
Right? But I once said something earlier on that it was what? It's tough being an Israelite.
Mm-hmm.
It's rough. Why is it rough being an Israelite?
Salakia, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Because we live amongst the other nations, you know what I'm saying, that give us a license to sin. And also the to my four is in the garden, correct?
No, on the whole, because Abadawan brought up, a point there that, okay, we're saying it rough to be an Israelite. Okay, what are we comparing it to? Because what does it mean to be an Israelite?
So, like, so to be obedient.
Yes, but it's your what? This should be your what? Your kids growing up, right? Just think this. Your kids growing up. Have they ever eat pork?
La, sir.
They ever celebrate Christmas?
La, sir.
Is it hard for them?
La, sir.
Con.
You're sure?
Come on.
Now, why is it hard for them? What you're comparing it to?
Oh, shit, like, sir, a life of freedom, doing what you want to do, serving the oppressor, being in another culture, following another culture.
That's it. You're comparing it to another culture. When this is your culture, ain't nothing rough with being a black, unless you're comparing it to what? How you're being treated by another culture. You understand? Like, being an Israelite to you should just be what? I'm going to do whatever the Lord say to do. But now it becomes tough because now you had to compare it to these other nations. They're comparing yourself to these other nations. You understand? So guess what Adam and Eve decide to do? They decide to go what? Be Christian. They decide to go take on Islam. Because why? What does you remember the question I was asked, you all? What does Christianity stop you from doing? Trinidad.
Salakia, sir.
Come on.
Christianity doesn't stop you from doing anything.
But what does being in the truth stop you from doing?
Salakia, sir.
Come on.
Stops you from living like the oppressor.
Stop you from sinning.
Okay.
You understand? And that's the next side of being what? It being tough. Because now you looking at your brothers and sisters. In your eyes, they enjoying America. Why do you think some brothers come in, some sisters come in and just decide to what? The excuse is they're going to do what? I'm fall back. I'm going to take care of, see about myself. This, that, the other. Nah, Negro. It was tough for you. We know it. You want to walk around here and be, love, hugs and kisses. That's all you want. You understand? That's what Christians want. You think a Christian want to hear, he's a racist. He's, what's some other negative connotations they give us? We hate, we racist. You understand? What's some other things they say about the UPK?
Salakia, sir.
Come on.
They say that we teach a false belief or false doctrine. according to Christianity.
Okay, yes.
Salakia, sir. Them say we is a cult.
They say we are cult. They try to give us what? Negative connotations. Negative. When we ain't doing that, and here we teaching brothers how to what? Have a family the right way. Teaching sisters how to do what? How to have a family the right way. We're not putting sisters, bringing sisters and embarrassing them in front of the whole congregation and telling them why you went and have sex before marriage. We're not doing that. But your pastors in the Christian church, they're doing that. They're doing that. Because they don't understand the Bible. Right? The Rash. Read on.
Verse 8. And they heard the voice of the Lord God walking in the garden in the cool of the day. And Adam.
So now they're doing what? Now they're hiding. Do black people, they hear any voice of the Lord? What do black people take as hearing the voice of the Lord?
Sluggy, sir. Black people, the voice of the Lord is whatever they say in their brain, in their head. That's the voice of the Lord. So if they hear a voice that says, go to Starbucks, that's the Lord told them to go to Starbucks.
Right? But you know the voice of the Lord to be what? What you know the voice of the Lord to be?
Salaki, sir.
Come on.
Scriptures.
I'll take that. What again? What's going on in America right now? That's big on the news.
Two things, sir.
Come on.
Fire and ice.
Fire and ice. Where did that come from?
It must be Satan, sir.
You understand? like black people don't understand. That's the Lord talking to them. We don't understand that. Give me that in I think it's in Ezekiel. That's the Lord talking to. That's the Lord visiting this place.
Hey, Salaki, sir.
Come
on. Hispanic, I saw an interview. Hispanic was interpreting it to them over one of the news. Was telling them that it was because too much gays.
Yes.
Hollywood.
Yes. I heard him.
Salaki, sir.
Took him off the news quick. Come on.
Right.
I got Isaiah 29 and verse 6.
Come on.
Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder, with earthquake, and great noise, and with storm and tempest, and the flame of devouring fire.
You understand? That's the Lord. What the news saying? You on the news, are they saying anything about the Lord? What they saying? What they saying the fire? Where they say the fire come from?
Salakia, sir. I heard someone say that it was due to climate change.
Climate change. And what's the other big thing they like to say?
Mother Nature, sir.
That's it. Mother Nature. The land dry. Ain't no rainfall. Well, Mother Nature, this, that. The climate, this, that. We need climate change. We need to put in some rules. The same rules they make for the climate. They don't keep no rules. You talk about climate, and you built a nuclear weapon that could destroy the earth. Who you fooling? And then talking about, you know what I mean, put your empty plastic bottles in this bin. Who you fooling? We ain't gonna put them nuclear weapons you're not using. You'll put it in the bin too? That's waste, right? You ain't gonna do that. But you gonna tell me to put my plastic bottles in a bin so you can recycle it. Like you give a damn about the earth. You don't care about the earth. All right. Any more on that Yaniza?
Sir, that's it.
Okay, good. Give me go to Isaiah 3:1. My bedrock. And then who man in the computer?
Salakia, sir. I am in Fayetteville. I don't know who's holding in Durham.
Okay, no sweat. Banker, I put some in the private chat there now.
Con, sir.
All right. Who get Amos for me? 3-1. Deras, stick with me.
Con.
Come on.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 3, and verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Hear this word that the Lord hath spoken against you, O children of Israel.
O children of who?
O children of Israel.
And this to us is milk. This to us is milk. But to brothers and sisters in the world, this is a lot to take in. The Lord is speaking to a specific people. Read on.
Against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying,
Right? And he didn't bring up no other nation except the Israelite from the land of Egypt. No other nation. Which means what? What the Christian church is saying, it contradicts what the Bible is actually saying. So who should I listen to? The Christian church, or should I listen to the Bible, the word of the Lord? Right? Read on.
Verse 2. You only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities.
He will punish who?
I will punish you for all your iniquities.
Right? Now it's understood why the oppressor, who is doing all manner of cocaine on the planet, could run a Fortune 500 company with dust on his nose or her nose. You do it, we do it, we're gonna be bugging out. We'll be locked up. You know what I mean? It's going to mess our lives up. Why? Because the Lord does not want us acting or behaving that way.
That's right.
You understand? And when Christ returns, the whole earth is going to be acting like how we act. You understand? Right now, we are Christians because what? Our oppressors are what? Christians. Some of us try to rebel and go become what? Some of us rebel and go and become what? Islam.
Salakia, sir. Rasta to Salakia, sir.
Yeah, Rastas.
Karanka.
You understand? Some of us rebel. But guess what? We ditch one oppressor to choose what? Another oppressor. You understand? But when Christ returned, all the oppressors go have to ditch wherever God they were serving, and now they're gonna have to do what? What will they have to do? Precept. What will they have to do? to class. What will every nation have to do when Christ return?
Okay, sir. They'll have to. They're going to have to come under our rule and follow the law, statutes, and commandments of Israel.
Precept.
So lucky, sir.
Come on.
I mean, you just asked for the precept. Are you talking about every they got to bow their knee?
Yeah. Precept.
Come.
What the Rash was saying was correct on the precept. Because guess what? We bowed our knees at. Give me that in Isaiah where it say Isaiah 66, where it say we lay down, where they walk over our bodies.
So like, sir.
Uh-huh.
You talking about Zechariah 14:16?
Read it for me, let me hear it.
Book of Zechariah, chapter 14, verse 16. And it shall come to pass that everyone that is left of all the nations which came against Jerusalem shall even go up from year to worship the King, the Lord of hosts, and to keep the feast of like it said, the Feast of Tabernacles.
Sluggish.
I got Isaiah 51 and 23.
Yeah, that's it. Come on.
Book of Isaiah, chapter 51, verse 23. But I will put it into the hand of them that afflict thee.
That what?
That afflict thee.
That afflict thee. That's what they're doing right now to blacks, Hispanics, and First Nation people. They are afflicting us. We don't have a chance to even sit down and try to think of ways to do what? To serve the Lord. Your family members thinking about what? How they're going to put food in the belly? How they're going to put food in the children's belly? Read on.
O come, which have said to thy soul, bow down, that we may go over.
Which sit here what?
Which have said to thy soul, bow down, that we may go over.
That's what they're doing. They ain't showing that, brothers and sisters, if you want to be part of this kingdom, you have to what?
Bow down.
You have to bow down. That's why all the movies that you see about black people, that movie are coming up, that, well, is already out with them sisters. Brother, I cannot sit down and watch that trash. Anybody sit down and watch it? No offense. Come on, no.
La, sir, I didn't watch that garbage either, sir.
I watched
any sister sat down and watch the movie.
Like you said, I watched some of it. Oh, you said from the sisters. But I know one of the sisters in that movie was one of my soldiers in Korea. She actually got a gig role in Atlanta, and one of the extras. She was talking about it a year before it came out, and I was just like, whatever. But I mean, I was happy for her to get that role. But it's kind of like they really juiced that.
Yeah.
So like I said,
come on.
Yeah, I watched it and I started hating it as soon as they showed the part where the black woman was in love with the Jew.
You understand?
Yeah.
But besides all of that, come on.
The so-called Jew.
Yes. I know what you're talking about. Trust you understand. I understand what you're saying. Right? Now, all these movies, it's a way for us to do what?
Fall in love with the oppressor.
That's it. That's it. Was Red Tail about black people freeing black people from the oppressor?
La, sir. It's about joining him and helping him build his kingdom.
It was what?
About joining the oppressor and helping them build this kingdom.
Yes. All your black movies is about joining your oppressors, especially those military movies. Right? It's about joining him and making his nation look good, not your nation.
So, like, if I may, sir.
Come on.
Commander General Hunter was speaking on that last night. And he was just going into the fact that all of those movies like Glory,
the last seal or
Mm-hmm.
them calling Cuban Gooding Jr. Cookie and things of that nature. Like, and the Lord, my old life, when you in the military, that's only a fraction of what really happens behind closed door. Because I'm gonna tell you something.
Come on.
They only show a small portion of the little bit of harassment that takes place.
Mm-hmm.
The oppressor has this system so figured out from the minute you put your name on that dotted line, he knows you really don't have a choice but to bow down to him.
That's it.
He put you in situations where you're expected to fail. You're expected to. It's almost like when they arrest us and they have your wrist twisted and he tell you don't move. Like you're gonna move because my wrist is twisted in such a way that if I don't, I'm in more pain if I don't move.
Yep.
That's the military.
Mm-hmm.
Them sisters, they showed a small fraction of what them sisters could have been called, and they only. Oh my goodness, it's sickening, sir. Salaki.
Yeah, and it's almost like it glorifying it in a way where sisters now gonna be what trying to sign up.
That's right.
Black sisters.
So like, sir, they already are out of one.
You know what I mean? And they're gonna, you know what I mean? They're gonna find out the hard way, just like black men find out the hard way.
It's Salaki. One more thing for us, if I may, sir. In one of the most disgusting thing that the sister that fell in love with the so-called small hat, she said, I'm going to war to help fight Hitler. She said, I'm going to fight Hitler. Like that was her enemy.
Yeah.
Like Hitler was her enemy. Like the oppressor daughter that was harassing her outside of the school was not considered to be an enemy in the beginning of the movie.
You understand? And that's the mentality, and that's the oppressor right here. Smooth.
It's Salaki, sir.
Come on.
If I may, today, I'm watching the going ons when they trying to get this guy nominated for some defense. But Salaki, sir, today they fighting over whether women. It's ironic that today they were fighting over whether women could go into combat. So first they put out this movie that encourages our women to join the military, and now you understand what I'm saying. They're going to allow them to go into combat to save their sons.
Yeah, exactly what they're going to do, and their sons going to be behind some joystick. You know what I mean? While you performing Operation Shield. What for me?
Salaki, sir.
Come on.
Before we move on, there is one event, that is fitting to take place in this world that I'm keeping an eye on. Have I heard about Capt, the Indian festival? It's the largest gathering largest religious gathering on the face of the earth. It's about 600 million people fitting together by some river in India. Now I'm watching to see, what the Most I have in store for them. Because I know that something is going to happen.
Yeah, they might get colorized.
Something is going to happen.
As dirty as, you know what I mean? They are dirty as
something.
Yeah. You know what I mean? But wait, who holding what for me?
So, like, sir, I had an article.
Yeah, you holding the article. I think every knee shall bow.
Oh, Slucky, so I was reading. I was finishing up Isaiah 51:23.
Finish that up for me, right?
Oh,
and that festival. What do we call that? What we call that in Trinidad? Pagua. So what?
Yeah.
That's what I call. That's what he describing is Pagua.
Silaki, so can I repeat where he was saying?
He's saying that they have some festival that they're going down by some river where them gonna be.
Yeah, they call it Kum.
Yeah, okay. I think it's Pagua they call it in Trinidad, but it's the same track.
Same thing. Can.
Come on.
Come on.
Well,
Isaiah 51:23. But I will put it into the hand of them that afflict thee, which have said to thy soul, bow down that we may go over. And thou hast laid thy body as the ground.
All right.
And
the Lord is going to turn that around. They're going to have to bow down when Christ returns. They're going to have to make sure that they do what Christ said. They're going to do it. Remember, the city gates are going to be open what? Them 12 gates going to be open when? How long?
So like I said, day and night.
Day and night. Day and night is a reason why them gates open day and night. It's a reason. They have a lot of paying back to do. A lot. They have robbed and steal and done all manner of evil to God's chosen people. You understand? When Christ returns, they will have a lifetime of, payment. They will be in debt forever. And what did I say? What is it? What they like to use in them contracts? What it is? Perpetuity. And if I pronounce it correct, Table One, don't laugh at me. But perpetuity. Right?
Perpetuity. You said it right, sir.
Most High in Christ. And that's what it's gonna be. Right? We coming up on the time. Bankel.
Kind of what kind?
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
Okay. So like if I may, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Better off during segregation. Black North Carolina teens called cockroaches in school newspaper faced more racist attacks from adults after local broadcast aired their experience, lawsuit says.
You understand? Now, remember what Matt Pryor read earlier on about segregation. Segregation was bad. Right? It was bad. That's what AI is saying. I know who behind AI. Who you think behind AI? Come on.
The oppressor.
Yeah, your oppressor. So he is programming this machine to behave just like who? Him. But when in reality, in flesh and blood, Breeway just read there, Bankel.
Common Con says better off during segregation.
And black people, and that's the thing with it, with this situation we're in right now. Like, it's not going to get easier from here on. It's not. It's going to get real bad. Because the truth coming out more and more. So the more the truth come out, the more your oppressor get what? What your oppressor going to have to be? Come on.
Exposed, sir.
Yes, he's going to be exposed, but what is he going to have to do?
Salakia, sir. He's going to be more extreme with how he approaches us.
Precept.
They have had a perpetual hatred.
I'll take that. But remember, when you think about America, right? What's the first civilization you think about?
Salakia, sir.
When it comes to life in America, come on.
Salakia, sir. Egypt.
Egypt. Right? What happened in Egypt?
They made us when we tried to wake up and get free and all that, they just added more pressure, they added more vigor. They made us work harder.
Pull that.
Come let us deal wisely with them.
Yeah, pull it. That's right. So now you think okay, these were black. Okay, we don't have time to sit down and think about things like this, right? when you are dependent on someone, right? Who is in control?
It's like, sir, the person you depending on.
Yeah. All the Caribbean countries are dependent on who?
Salakia, sir. America, sir.
You right, but we don't see it as America. What do finance people see it as?
Oh, Salakia, sir. The IMF and the World Bank.
Yes. We're dependent on them. Now, you're correct when they say we're dependent on America. Why? Because America, it seems as if they invest a whole lot of money into what? Into the country. Like the oil and gas in Trinidad. Who buys most of it? Where do most of it go? So all America has to say is what? If you don't do what I put on the table here for you to do, I'm going to sanction your country. And what's going to happen? What's going to happen?
Salakia.
Hold on.
It's going to be like Cuba, how they cut them off from everyone and they stop trade with every nation. You know, they put sanctions on other nations that opted to trade with them. So they get cut off from the rest of the world and they get stuck in a time warp, literally.
Yes.
Salakia.
Correct. Trinidad, what was going to say?
Salakia, sir. I was going to say similarly the same thing. Foodstuff will stop be imported coming in. They won't be bringing in foodstuff, medicine, stuff like that. You know.
Or your prime minister just decide to what? To resign.
Yeah.
Too much pressure.
Okay.
Too much pressure. How in the hell the country need you the most? The country is in the worst turmoil it's in right now. And you're going to resign on the people that put you in power? You're going to just throw it out, give up?
Salakia, sir.
Come on.
Yeah, just on what we was saying, just to add to what you're saying, if I may, sir.
Come on.
You can really see that the recent stepping down at the prime minister, you can see that he was under some, and you can see it was political pressure. That wasn't his own choice.
Yes. Where is the political pressure coming from? This politics. Where's this whole democratic? This is all this politics coming from?
Salakia, sir, from your person from America.
Yes, and England. Yes, that's it. Right? Who holding it for me?
The article out of one?
Yes.
I got you. So, like, if I may.
No. I call for Exodus. Right? So the more and more the truth comes on, the more and more black people start waking up. What do you think your oppressors are going to say? These Negroes have what? Too much time on their hand. We need to start doing what? Tightening them screws. Needs to start doing what? Creating what? Inflation. Right? What they say about the housing market?
You say again, sir,
what they say about the housing market? I'm using that as an example because that is something that was in the news for a good few months.
So, like I said, they say that the housing market is as bad as it was in 2008.
Yeah, it's bad.
Mm-hmm.
But how is it bad? I don't understand. What make it bad?
They were saying there's so many there's so many homes on the market, but the people can't afford them. The interest rates are so high that people can't afford them. So the builders done basically built these homes, going into debt with the banks to build a home to put people in them. The people not able to pay off the debt for the builders because the interest rates are so high, so they're not even getting the funds from the bank anymore.
Okay.
So,
What? Okay, you gotta understand the oppressor. What is causing the interest rate to go up?
The fact
Why does he what causes inflation?
So like I said, the more circulation of funds, I guess the idea that everybody is successful and have money now.
Okay, for inflation, what is the government trying for you not to do?
For you to not borrow money.
Not so much borrow, but what?
To buy.
Spend.
To spend, come on.
Yeah, you understand?
Yes,
So
sir.
you start seeing inflation.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? That's like on the island. On the island, why in the hell you telling me there's inflation on mangoes and wherever? Where'd that come from? Mango falling off anybody tree in the back. You understand? But if I ask so much for a mango in 2024, I ain't paying the same thing like in what? In 1990.
Right.
It's not. But it falling up trees, in your backyard. Julie mango, you name it, falling off your tree in the backyard. You understand? He is creating a problem. You know, you create a problem. You say there's no houses on the market. So now it becomes what? Now you have like 10 people fighting over what? One house. You understand? 10 people fighting over one house. So guess what's going to happen? The price going to start doing what? Going up, 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 up. You're creating a problem. You know how much land there is in America? The Mexicans is the problem, right? But they can help you build all the houses you need. Oh, you don't want that. Why? Because you're creating a problem. And the problem you're creating right now is what? Now Black people and Hispanics and First Nation people are going to what? Start being what? Oppressed because somebody's controlling the economy. Somebody is controlling what you eat.
So
when
like,
you wake up, when you go to sleep. Come on.
It's like I think the proper term is the supply and demand. You know what I'm saying? You decrease the supply so that the demand of it to go up.
Yeah, that's it. That's how Esau defines it. You correct. Right?
Salakia, sir.
Come on.
And you draw a point earlier on, speaking about him, using, God as, let me say, a platform and using Satan as a platform. So he himself, everybody would not, especially, let me say, Black people on a whole would not look or see him, as anything, as like highlighted now. So now this is why we could sneak in and draw reference to the image of Christ, and it could set up that, and everybody would think that this is the true Christ, that wide depiction,
Yes.
of himself, and destroy, as we say, many with his lies. So like
That's it. You're correct. No, give me Exodus. Anybody get Exodus for me? Where he say he gave them, he told them to go make brick without straw.
It's a lucky, sir.
Come on.
I just wanted to. Salaki, sir, I just wanted to say, like, a couple of weeks ago, like 8.
Yanazar, you going out? Yanazar? Give me Exodus 5 and 6.
So a few weeks ago, if I may, sir. A few weeks ago, eggs was like $4.71 for 18 eggs. Today it's like $8.
It's crazy. So you tell me what we eat all them chicken that was laying eggs? One to the chicken. chickens, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? You could, you know what I mean? Them eggs, if you leave it under the chicken, will make more chickens. And chicken lay eggs every day you have a layer.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? Like you creating a problem because you in control. It's like the oil and gas issue. How in the hell you telling me your country has oil in it, but the oil and gas price going up? You remember Chavez, right? Venezuela was known for what? Oil.
Mm-hmm.
Brother, when he was in power, gas wasn't going up in Venezuela. It wasn't like that until what? Now you make your economy what? Dependent on what? The oppressor. So guess what? All he comes and do is just pull the carpet from under you. Your economy fall. No, your money is worth less. You have the best oil on the planet, but nobody to sell to. Nobody's gonna buy from you. So now you think Venezuelan thinking about the Israelites? What do you think the Venezuelan thinking about? Where do you think the Asherites and them thinking about?
So like, sir, trying to make things right with the oppressors.
Not really. What do you think Venezuelan right now thinking about? The Asherites and the majority of them, what they thinking about right now?
Hey, it's lucky, sir. They want to make some money from their oil.
That, in other words, so they're trying to do what? They're trying to survive.
To survive.
And somebody who's trying to survive, the Bible means what? Anything to them? No. You're trying to survive. Your belly hurting. I bringing this word to you. All you thinking about is what? Eating. You understand? That's why Christ said, well, what did Christ say? What did Christ say when he was on the mountain fasting? What did he say? Y'all forget? Come on.
When he was fasting.
What Christ said? Christ said, man shall not what?
Live by bread alone.
Yeah. He's saying that why? Because once your belly hurts you, the man next year, no, he is your competition. You're trying to get him out of the way. Because you're trying to get what? Money. You understand? You can't live like that. You have to be that person to do what? No matter what, you are going to serve your Lord. You are going to serve him. Isupk put you through a ton of drills in the military to try and do what? Make it hard. You think anybody could be a Navy SEAL? Can anybody be a Navy SEAL? No. You understand? Give me Exodus 6. And what did I say? 21 or 20? No, Exodus 5 and 6. 5 and 6. The right.
Kawakan, I got it. It's the book of Exodus, chapter 5, verse 6. And Pharaoh commanded the same day the taskmasters of the people and their officers, saying, verse 7, ye shall no more give the people straw to make brick. As heretofore, let them go and gather straw for themselves.
So now he is doing what? What is Pharaoh doing? What is Pharaoh doing?
Slack, sir.
Come on.
Pharaoh is beginning to increase their burdens.
Yes. In other words, he is doing what to them? He's oppressing them more. He's oppressing them. So now, guess what? When the money, or they say what, the gas and oil started to dry up on the island, guess what started to happen? The money started to dry up. So if the money started to dry up, then what? Brothers and sisters start losing their what? Their slavery. So guess what started happening? And you think this just happening because of the oil and gas? No, this is by design. He tell you that's all you could sell. Where the cane factory?
Like I said, gone, sir.
Gone. Why? Because your oppressor tell you gotta go buy your sugar from Ghana. You understand? You gotta go buy your sugar cane from Ghana. You have to go buy your bananas from Mexico. You have to, or your corn from America. They're telling you what to do. So now you start to do what? Your people start to get what? Oppressed. They talk about Jamaica and Haiti. Like you valuing a paper. So this one paper, this $1 US that make out of this tree bark, and this Jamaican dollar that make out the same tree bark, worth less. Worth what? $122 to one.
Mm-hmm.
So now the same work a man had to do in Jamaica, he getting paid what? $1 US, $2 US a day, $3 US a day. And now he had to go buy bread. You understand? He had to go buy bread. But it's inflation. So now he paying thousands of dollars for a loaf of bread. Money means nothing, is worthless. Now that's oppression. That's you making what? Bricks without what?
Straw.
Without straw. I remember, where was they getting straw from? Read it one more time.
Kalkan. Ye shall no more give the people straw to make brick.
So where was they getting straw from?
It's like, sir, getting it from the oppressor.
Yeah, from the Egyptians, from the oppressor. Where toilet paper factory?
The oppressor has it.
Yeah. So now if he decides to inflate toilet paper, guess what's going to happen, Mark? He starts to inflate water. What's going to happen?
Salakia, sir.
Yeah.
Violence.
Violence? Violence, you're saying that.
Well, I will say theft. More than theft.
Theft? Come on.
It's gonna be the damn purge.
Yeah, it's gonna be Colorado. Let me put it like that. It's gonna be diseases if he decides to do all that. You understand? Come on.
If I may add, sir, the same thing you're saying is the same thing that actually happened in Venezuela recently when they had to flee and run across to Trinidad, right? It didn't even have toilet paper on the shelf, right? And the citizens of Venezuela didn't even know what to do, right? They was confused. It was real chaos. People was getting sick. It was real bad.
And where toilet paper come from? Look up. Come on.
They were importing all the toilet paper from America, sir.
Yep. I'm not tell you. Like it's by design, and the design is to oppress you more and more. so that we don't wake up, we don't come in these classes and sit down and learn. No matter what, we are going to have to serve the Lord. No matter what, we are going to have to segregate from these oppressors. You understand? We're going to have to do it. We're going to have to do it, or else, guess what? It's going to be rough. That's going to be rough. You understand? All right. I think we up on the time. Banker, you there?
Connor one con.
You want to read a little bit on it. So now they call it black people what cockroaches. Is out now, right?
Connor one con.
We roach. Come on.
A federal appeals court decided this week to allow Davina Ricketts, a former North Carolina high school student, to continue pursuing her racial discrimination lawsuit against the Wake County Public School System, its Board of Education, and numerous school officials. Ricketts alleges that school and district officials did not intervene and were deliberately indifferent to the racial harassment and cyberbullying she endured from other students during and after a student council election in 2016.
And this happened when? In 2016. And when it came out, how much hours ago? 5 hours ago. Read on.
The decision of the Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals on Tuesday reversed a trial judge's order in 2022 dismissing Ricketts' lawsuit and sent it back to the U.S. District Court for the Eastern District of North Carolina.
And that's a problem of what? Integration. Right? And when you start integrating, things like this get pushed to the back. You understand? That's like you all heard about the case. What did it say about Tulsa, Oklahoma? The judge made some ruling on it. Somebody look that up quick. There was a recent ruling on it. All right. Read on
Come on. Ricketts was a sophomore at Enloe High School in 2016 when she decided to run for student council in hopes of remedying its lack of diversity. Noted appeals court judge Roger Gregory, in his opinion, on behalf of a unanimous 3-judge panel. Instead, she was met with racial harassment and bullying from her peers, he wrote. That included being compared to a cockroach and having her name purposely left off the ballot, she claims. In her amended complaint filed in 2021, Ricketts chronicles multiple instances of alleged discrimination against herself and 3 other Black classmates who ran for student council. The campaign posters and promotional book bag tags of the 4 Black students were defaced, ripped, and thrown around the school building, she claims, while the campaign materials of white students were not.
Brother, what is that telling you? And this isn't just her. This is what, you know what I mean, many of us going through, many of our kids going through. We need our own schools.
That's right.
That's why the heading is what? Better off during segregation. We were better off. Right? People like to, instead of saying better off during segregation, they like to say what? Slavery was better. We were better off in slavery. But that's wrong. When the hell you tell me we're better off in slavery? Only a devil or somebody evil will submit that type of statement.
Right.
But segregation did as well. But your oppressor does not want you segregated. How you know that, Matt Choir? How you know your oppressor the way is segregated? Come on.
You will know either way to segregate because, I mean, when you watch when you study black people, right? And you'll understand once them segregate, they will start to build, they will be on their own.
That's it. So what did he do?
Well,
He trained AI to tell you what segregation is bad.
bad, eh?
But he built this place on what? Segregation.
Okay.
He built it on segregation. He built it on segregation. He built a mighty, one of the most powerful nations on the planet Earth. Ain't no other nation more powerful than America. Just imagine you have a country sitting right here in the West and fighting wars all over the earth, spread throughout the whole entire planet. And he on Mars. He in space. He has a space force. You know, a nation more powerful than this nation. And it wasn't done by integration. It was done by segregation. You understand? It was done by racism. And America does not want that coming out, because now you realize the what you call it, you realize the way out that hole is what? You helping each other, you doing what the Lord said to do. You realize that it's going to be a problem for America.
That's right.
Because now guess what, his boys that's behind those joystick flying them drones, they got to put them joystick down and go fight, because black people ain't going to do it. Because our enemy is right here in our face, in the Caribbean, in South Central America, in North America, in Central America, right here. All right. With that, I'm going to pass the class over to priest and officer the Rash Ahmad.
All right, men of Israel, Majum. We're going to render one courtesy salute to Captain Nayathaq of 13,000. Men of Israel, Majum Shabbat, Amajum, Barak, How about Shim Yashab Thah?
How about Shimei Shabraka Thumb?
Yadamata, Sar, being turn to face the sisters. Sisters of Majum. Men of Israel, we're going to render one courtesy salute to the sisters. Mam Shabbat, Amajum, Barak, Yahweh Shemal, Thah, Bashim, Yahweh Shai. All right, your shop needs to be seated. Isupk security announcements. We're the Isupk, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They're here to share themselves with the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Ties, which is a commandment. Numbers chapter 18, verse 21. Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. Means 10th in the Hebrew, ma'ashra. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations, we have the Feast of Purim, which is the 14th day and the 15th day of the 12th month, which is March 13th and March 14th of 2025. And you can read that in the book of Esther, chapter 9, verses 20 to 31. We also have the Lord's 56th Passover, which will be April the 12th, 2025, which will be held in Atlanta, Georgia, which is the 14th day of the fourth month, followed by the Feast of Unleavened Bread, which is the 15th day of the first month for 7 days, which is April the 13th through April the 20th. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. With that, class dismissed.